Hello everybody and welcome. It's me, Quark, and today we're going over a question that I see asked quite often on the Facebook groups for Stardew Valley, and it's a lot of new players getting in and not understanding how to do fishing properly. So I kind of wanted to just go over a few tricks and tips and whatnot. This is all unscripted, so I'm sorry if I do forget anything. I'm going to try to get everything in as much as possible. But first, what I want to talk about is whenever you get your fishing pole and you cast it in, the one thing that I see a lot of people doing, that I've seen play this game and hear about people doing, is they will just hold the reel button and try to keep it at the fish. The easiest thing to do is to just tap it. So just tap it around the fish, or tap the button, just you know. It makes it so much easier to reel it in rather than just hold it, because if you just hold it, you can't exactly control where it's at, but if you tap it, I'm trying to hold it. Whenever you just tap it, it makes it so much easier. It's a little bit harder on PC because you gotta click the mouse button, but that's something that makes it a lot easier. And you notice that little green bar on the side. Let's see if I can get another fish real quick. So the green bar that's around the fish, as you level up, it gets bigger. So I'm already level 3 on this file, so my bar is significantly bigger. But the more you fish, the bigger that bar gets, and the easier it gets. But another thing I wanted to talk about is once Willie comes back into town and you're able to actually go in and talk with him, I would suggest updating or upgrading your pole as fast as you can. And the reason why is because you get the ability to use lures. And lures are pretty nice. It doesn't have any for sale at the moment. Let's get some lures. So I got that wrong. The first pole you get, the fiberglass one, lets you use bait. And bait makes it to where fish will be more attracted to your pole. Eventually, you'll get the iridium pole, which lets you use lures. And lures are amazing, but you do have to wait a little bit in game time to get it. I believe you might have to level up a couple times too, and then Willie will send you a letter saying that there's new poles available. So as time goes on, you eventually obtain different lures. So like we got the barbed hook, which makes your catch more secure, causing the fish bar to cling to your catch. Works best with slow and weak fish. So like let's go ahead and equip it. Which to equip, if you're on PC, you have to right click instead of just click normally. I don't remember what it is on console, but it's a different button. I think it's like B or something like that. See? So I'm not clicking that at all. It's clinging to the fish, but it only works with slow fish. Like it does work with bigger fish and faster fish, but it makes it really hard to catch them. So the next one we have is the spinner. The shape makes it spin around in the water, slightly increases the bite rate, so it's kind of like bait. Then we got dress spinner. This is a metal tab with colorful streamers created to create an enticing spectacle for fish, increases the bite rate. It's a little bit better it's like 1 times better than the spinner. Then we have the lead bobber. Adds weight to your fishing bar, preventing it from bouncing along the bottom. So let's go ahead and check this one out. Oh, and your bait has a health bar. So it's kind of like the watering can. The more you use it, after so long, you can't use it anymore. So basically the bait will break. It kind of sucks, but you can always buy more, or your lures and stuff break, but you can always buy more from Willie. So we go up and we let it drop and it doesn't bounce. That's all that one does, is it makes it to where that bar doesn't bounce, never touches the bottom, which is kind of helpful for some fish, because there's some out there like I think like the sea slug, where it'll go up and then it'll just bottom down and it won't move after that. So treasure hunter, fish don't escape while collecting treasure. So treasure pops up kind of infrequently, kind of frequently. I'll try to get one to pop up, but I'm not promising anything. But whenever you get a treasure chest, you can get really good items like the dinosaur egg or like iridium ore, stuff like that. So it is kind of worth getting it whenever it pops up. Let's try to get one to pop up real quick. Alright, so there's a treasure chest. So with this one, as you hover over that treasure chest, your little bar on the right hand side, which shows the progress on catching the fish, doesn't drop. So after that, catch the fish, open the chest, and it looks like we got iron ore and stone. So not a good chest right off the bat, but that's what that one does. Let's move on to the next bobber. Alright, so the next one we got is a trap bobber. Causes fish to escape slower when you aren't reeling them in. Let's go ahead and equip it. Oops. And cast it. Alright, so the bar on the right hand side drops. But with the trap bobber, it drops significantly slower. Like that is really slow compared to usual. So like certain ones like this one is really good for legendary fish, because legendary fish are just nuts whenever it comes to catch them. That they jump all around and they're really hard to keep track of. So let's see, the next one we have is the Quark bobber. Slightly increases the size of your fish bar. So that's the little bar that surrounds the fish as you're reeling in. So it looks like it increases it by about 0.25 or so. See, that's what I mean by that, like that one right there, the flounder just bottoms out and stays on the bottom. Alright, on to the next one. We have the curiosity lure. Now, I don't know where to get these two. I kind of just got them through my mod. I do apologize, but this increases your chance to catch rare fish. So this would be a good one to pair up for going for the legendary fish, which there's 4 legendary fish in the game. I'll go over those in a different video because those are a handful and a half by themselves and they appear in different seasons and stuff like that. So not the best ones to try to go for, but you kind of need them for completion. So let's see if this increases my rare fish. Nope, we just got a herring, but he is gold starred, which is a lot better than what I have caught. So it looks like it did increase the star rate on him. This one boosts the quality of fish you catch, so it's the same. No. Okay, so this one will actually make the stars go up. This one increases rare. And then we got chance to find treasures when fishing. However, fish do not like the taste, which actually counts as bait. Which means you won't catch fish as often. These right here, if you can cast right into them and you get these little sparkles, that increases the chance of catching fish. Or it increases the chance of getting a fish to bite. And sometimes you get really good fish in there too. Like a upper star level fish, which looks like that one I didn't. That was just a regular halibut. No, that was a silver star halibut. So yeah, that's something right there. That's a couple tips and tricks whenever it comes to fishing in Stardew Valley. The one thing that I will say is after a while, it will become second nature. Don't beat yourself up over it if you don't catch the fish right off the bat. It's one of those, you'll get it over time. This is a very relaxing game and you're not supposed to be stressed out. Your character doesn't die. You don't lose progress the further you go into the game without obtaining certain things. It's a very relaxing game, so don't beat yourself up over it if you don't get the fish right off the bat. And just take your time to learn fishing. It's really good for making money. It's one of the things that I do whenever I first start playing with a new character to make most of my money, because let's face it, farming and foraging, like foraging definitely doesn't make you very much because there's only so much forageables you can get per day, and farming is like you put all of your eggs in one basket and then hopefully at the end of the season, whenever the stuff grows, crows don't eat it and stuff like that, so you can maximize your profits that way. But it's like a long-term investment. So whenever it comes down to it, fishing is a very good short-term interactive way to make money. And like I said, don't beat yourself up over it. Just take your time. If you don't get the fish, then you don't get the fish. That sucks. But yes, just take your time. Get comfortable with fishing. Have fun playing the game. Don't beat yourself up over it. And I'll see you all in the next tricks and tips video. Oh, and if you haven't already subscribed, I totally recommend subscribing. I do make these videos kind of infrequently, but I do make them. I'm going to try to oops, bump my mic. I'm going to try to make them more frequently. So if you guys have anything you need help with, comment it down below and I'll try to make a video as soon as possible. Other than that, I do thank you all for watching and I'll see you all in the next one.